The wall remains undefeated, and men going their own way don't say it for the hell of it. They just report the facts, and most importantly, avoid these women like the plague. The concept of the wall might offend modern women, but men who have taken the red pill just don't care. At the end of the day, these chicks didn't even care about you when you were building your career, studying difficult degrees, and focused on chasing excellence. Now that you meet the bare minimum requirements, if not more, it's time for you to set standards. Many men know that a relationship is a fair exchange of value, so they focus on providing value instead of extracting it from a woman. Basically, we're all grown-ups, so we have no time for people who waste our time. The problem? Modern women might hit the 30-year mark, but they're still like children. Check this out.
What's good money?
Pull up your account.
My phone is dead.
Okay.
What is good?
Until you can pull up your account, then...
Well, give us an idea. Why does it have to be about me? Is a couple million enough? Is a couple million enough?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Like nowadays, the market is so inflated that to get a 31-year-old girl,
You know what's funny though?
you need to have multi-million dollars. Like to get a ran through 31-year-old like sweatpants Birkin bag, you
I
need
know.
to have multiple M's in the bank.
Why worry about these chicks? Fly abroad and get yourself a reasonable wife, or if you just don't want to deal with women, stay single. These demands are utterly insane, so men either work a lot to get women or just focus on themselves, for real. You know what? Women who hit the wall are simply not in the best position to demand a man who ticks all the boxes. In today's video, we're delving into modern women who hit the wall and are desperate to get a new man, especially those who still believe their value is high when it's not. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Nonstoppables8448. He said, "Approaching Western women for marriage as a man is like approaching a cobra as a rat for friendship." Funny guy. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video. Embrace your masculinity. A few years ago, I had the chance to meet an exceptional woman, but hey, I ain't talking about a woman I would marry or have kids with. I mean a woman who deep down knew how biology works. At 32 years old, she was open about her past relationships, displaying a level of self-awareness that left a lasting impression on me. I mean, she had a past. Despite having considerable dating experience, she acknowledged her own past mistakes and how they affected her romantic prospects. This level of self-reflection showcased a depth of character that I found quite exceptional. What stood out was her willingness to recognize how her actions and choices had influenced her sexual marketplace value. Instead of placing blame solely on external factors like her ex-partners or circumstances, she took ownership of her decisions and their consequences. When a woman reaches a certain age, she ain't that desirable sexually, and in fact, she was still studying medicine after having studied linguistics. A strong, independent, and educated woman. Like, wow, good for her, but ain't no man giving an F about her qualifications. Anyway, this attitude displayed maturity and personal growth, setting her apart in a world where most women tend to focus on blaming their exes rather than reflecting on their own actions.
Most of the time I love being single. I am very comfortable being single, but tonight I hung out with friends and I had a great time, and then I was driving home and I started feeling this like wave of depression and anxiety, and I wasn't really sure what it was related to or where it was stemming from. And then I got home and I felt like just so sad and lonely, and I walked into my empty apartment and I thought, God, I wish that I had someone who could just hold me right now. Like, I wish that I had someone who could just take care of me, because I have to take care of myself every single day, and it's fucking exhausting. And I just want someone to take care of me every now and then.
Translation: her friends went to their husbands, boyfriends, and family, and she is going home alone surrounded by her loneliness. You go, queen! On top of that, when the great wall of "I'm an independent woman and don't need a man" hits, there's literally no escape. Let that sink in. She might feel sad, but her loneliness is not a feeling. It's a fact. The reality starts to sink in quite late for modern women, who act like students who try to cram all the material the night before the exam. Instead of doing their job step by step, they decide to put off the things and habits that make them desirable. Come to think of it, this is like most college students. Everyone is there to get a piece of paper, but just a minority really learns and grows in the process. Others, however, just get a pass, move on to the job market, and surprise, they have jobs they hate. Did they do something valuable during their college years? Not at all. Drinking, smoking, hooking up, and all that carnal stuff. They didn't invest any time in learning the things that make them valuable in the eyes of the market. The funny thing is that modern women are, more often than not, that same college student who gets a piece of paper after having her fun during those years. So not only are they dumb and have a useless piece of paper under their belt for the most part, but they also get baggage, trauma, and contacts they can resort to at any given time. Bet any of those men, at least 9 out of 10, will be more than happy to hook up with those chicks. I mean, multiple men have to jump through hoops to get some pussy, so if they could get it for free, ain't no man rejecting that offer. But hey, no STDs or undesired pregnancies. That said, let's take a look at a Quora post that explains what hitting the wall means, masterfully showing the thought process women go through during an entire decade or two of their lives. I quote, "It's very simple. Those same women who didn't pay attention to you in high school are now showing interest in your later 20s to lock you down. It's only because they need resources and stability. Most men who have been focusing on a career and a future have acquired wealth and resources. We do not want to marry someone who is known for promiscuity. Having a child with her while you're working means she's bored and has affairs, showing little care for the kids. Since she comes with depleted resources, you have everything to lose. The marriage courts are unfair to men. Also, it can't be more obvious that you were never her first choice and how many other men she has to compare you to. Now, factor in hypergamy and you stand to lose everything. She walks away and finds a new man because she thought she could do better, which is why she waited until 30 instead of 25. I literally had this happen to me with an ex. I'll never settle at 24, and at 29, she attempted to weave her way into friend groups. She got a job 2 buildings down from where I worked. She thought she could do better. She came crawling back, but I held my ground. It enlightened me as to how I'm perceived by women. I'm currently 34 and single, but I have my house, my pension, my 401k, my Roth IRA, my Harley that I bought instead of a ring, and 2 trucks. I have no real worries in my life at all. I think the wall is the greatest source of amusement. These women will let me do anything to them now because they see me as a potential retirement plan."
What do you feel about that hitting the wall phrase?
I think it's an accurate depiction of a natural phenomenon. I think that women do reach a certain point in their life where their value, when I say value, I mean value in the eyes of men specifically, does decrease when they reach a certain age. In terms of fertility, obviously you're older, you're not as attractive, but also like you've had more life experience, and I think the majority of men want a woman that hasn't had a lot of life experience because they want to build that life with you.
Do you know what I found with women who initiate divorce? A lot of the time, they come back to their ex-husbands and ask them to take them back. Do you know why that is sad? Because when you get out there with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids in the world and you're a single mom, guess what? Men are reluctant to take on that responsibility. And that's why I said her sexual market value comes down.
Yeah, after getting pumped and dumped by multiple guys who didn't want to take care of her kids, she comes back to her ex-husband. Not because she loves him, but because she's desperate. This is really simple to understand, really. In life, sometimes the roles reverse, and the once overlooked become the sought after. It's a tale as old as time, one that unfolds in the arc of many lives. High school, with its complex social dynamics and shifting sands of popularity, often casts long-lasting shadows on men's self-esteem and perceptions of desirability. In this narrative, men find themselves at the juncture of change, where the past and the present collide, giving rise to an interesting phenomenon. Women who once dismissed a man now seek him out in their late 20s, propelled by a quest for stability and resources. Note that she ain't looking for a man really, she's looking for help. For some men, the young years may hold memories of being overlooked or ignored, perhaps due to shyness, appearance, or simply not fitting into the prevailing standards of attractiveness. In these formative years, societal emphasis on popularity and superficial judgments can take a toll on a man's self-esteem. However, life is a journey, and men, people, evolve, acquiring wisdom, confidence, and success as they mature. As men transition into their late 20s, a transformation occurs. The tables seem to turn, and the once dismissive women suddenly express interest. With the passage of time, men often gain a foothold in their careers, establishing a stable life. They amass wealth, nurture their ambitions, and carve out a promising future. This newfound stability and affluence make them attractive prospects for potential partners. The women who previously didn't pay much attention to you may now see you in a different light. The allure of stability, financial security, and the promise of a comfortable future draws them closer. It's a pragmatic choice driven by the natural instinct to seek a stable foundation for the years ahead, but you're not a plan B. On the other side of the equation, men who dedicated their early years to building a career and securing their financial future approach relationships with a different perspective. Their focus on long-term goals has honed their judgment and preferences. They seek partners with the shared vision of stability and commitment, often hesitating to marry someone with a promiscuous past or potential instability, and rightfully so. For these men, relationships are seen through the lens of a well-planned life. They're cautious about committing to someone whose history suggests a lack of commitment or potential turbulence. The stakes are high, especially when considering the complexities of modern relationships and the legal implications that come with marriage. The experiences and lessons garnered from their journey towards success guide their choices, shaping their expectations of a life partner. They want dutiful women with clean pasts, not women who've been around the block. The evolution of relationships as individuals transition from high school to adulthood is a fascinating interplay of personal growth, societal norms, and shifting priorities. The once dismissed men find newfound attention based on their stability and resources, while the women who pursue career success approach relationships by valuing stability and commitment. But if she's so independent and makes all that money, why does she want you out of the blue? Ah, yeah, she can't have kids without a man's sperm.
When it be like say my life did wish.
I've been listening to this song, but this one hit me so hard. 30 years old, no husband, no child, no family yet. And she's sitting here crying at the camera singing the words to the song. All it makes me think of is that people be out here doing anything for some damn views, some clicks, huh? It's gotta be capped though, like it's gotta be fake. You felt the need to look at the damn camera and cry, singing the words to the song because you mad that you hit the wall and you ain't got no family or no man. I call bullshit. Yeah, you probably ain't got no man because your goddamn lace front look crazy as hell, bro. Like, you ain't even try. What the fuck is that? Look like you got a goddamn carpet on your head.
How's dating changed for you at 32 than it did when you were 22?
I feel like it was easy.
I don't know what women are gonna understand that guys just don't want that. She described the dude. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. No man cares about your career. He don't care about how much money you make. He don't care how driven and ambitious and successful you are. Men don't care because we naturally do those things. You know, we're looking for a wife. We're looking for a woman that we can make the mother of our children. We know she's gonna take good care of our children. That's it. That's all we want. It's that simple. You don't have to waste 2 decades of your life building a career, being driven, ambitious, and doing all this nonsense for what? To end up finding out that that's not what guys want. You don't have many options at 32, girl. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's the one thing that you didn't mention. You don't have many options at 32. 32-year-old men, most of them are already married. The ones that are now, guess what? They have the pick of the litter. They can choose from 18 all the way to 32 and above if they want. You don't have that option. You don't have that luxury. So just say the truth.
This is way simpler than modern women think. Throughout human history, societal standards, or rather biology, have frequently linked youth with desirability and fertility, shaping how men perceive attractiveness and potential partners. To conclude this video, let's delve deeper into the biological underpinnings of these perceptions, offering insights into their evolutionary origins. Biologically, the association between youth, attractiveness, and fertility is deeply ingrained in many societies. Evolutionary facts suggest that this perception is an integral part of our biological makeup. Physical markers of youth, such as clear skin, vibrant hair, and a healthy physique, and of course, not having 3 kids and 2 baby daddies, are seen as indicators of a woman's ability to bear healthy offspring. These attributes have been favored over generations because they are linked to the successful propagation of one's genes. At the end of the day, a woman with a past is not that likely to, ensure the paternity of the kid. Extensive research consistently demonstrates that men often exhibit a preference for younger partners. Evolutionary biology provides an explanation for this phenomenon. Men driven by an innate desire to maximize their reproductive success are naturally drawn to younger women. Younger women generally possess higher fertility rates, increased reproductive longevity, and reduced risk of pregnancy complications. These factors align with the fundamental principles of evolutionary biology, which prioritize the continuation of one's genetic lineage. Also, from a biological perspective, attractiveness is frequently linked to fertility indicators deeply rooted in our evolutionary history. Waist-to-hip ratio, for instance, is considered attractive because it signals a woman's potential to carry and give birth to healthy offspring. Facial symmetry, another aspect associated with youth and attractiveness, indicates good health and genetic fitness, making individuals with symmetrical features more appealing as potential mates. These biological cues have been reinforced over millennia as they align with the imperative of passing on one's genes to the next generation. The perception of youth as synonymous with desirability and fertility is intricately tied to our biological heritage. While modern societal changes and evolving values have diversified partner preferences through narratives and manipulation, the influence of evolutionary biology on attraction can't just be denied. Understanding these biological underpinnings can provide insights into real human behavior and the complex interplay of biology, society, and individual choice in the realm of relationships.
Yeah, men used to get rejected all the time and be okay with it. It was just a numbers game for them.
Honestly, I think that guys whining is such a turn off.
But earlier in the conversation, we were talking about, well, men should be vulnerable.
Hold on.
So men need to be these emotionless people that just accept the extremely rude ways in which they can be rejected.
Brian, are you saying that? I said that because I did not. I said, no, don't be a that's what I said.
Look, as a man, you ought to strive to be a strong individual and just let rejection roll off your back. But let's be honest, if sucks to be rejected. And so just dismissing men's frustrations when it comes to getting rejected, especially like there are men who will get either brutally rejected or will just face rejection after rejection after rejection. And it's a very privileged position to just say, oh, just, you know, men just go back to accepting being rejected, when women almost never face that sort of rejection when it comes to romance.
All in all, modern women can try to give moral lessons, but nature doesn't lie. It is what it is. Just like women don't accept average men, smart men don't accept the average woman who has had tons of different sexual partners and offers traits irrelevant to them, such as her stupid corporate career or how so-called independent she is. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.